Whitman was a self-educated, rough peasant who, astonishingly, went on to become one of America's finest poets, authoring the classic Leaves of Grass and Democratic Vistas. His stature grew not from school books, but out of the pure heart. His poetry, he said, was meant to be read aloud in glorious nature. He celebrated the common folk, the salt of the earth. Starting as a young man, Whitman developed a fine democratic spirit. He roamed the burgeoning streets of Manhattan. He was both barroom brawler and poet. His favorite New York City bar was Pfaff's on Broadway, where roustabouts, queers, and bohemians mingled with bankers, farmers, and bricklayers. In Pfaff's, he could be himself, bisexual, barrel-chested, hairy, and agile. At Pfaff's, he could mingle with the Bowery Boys or write a poem about nudity or God. But Whitman was no mere drunken bard. At 26, he became editor of the Brooklyn Eagle, working with a controversial flair for 2 years before his pen got him into trouble. In premillennial days, it was said that the pen was mightier than the sword, and Whitman wielded his scribbler like a dagger, cutting up public officials and Tammany Hall parasites with his words. He was deemed too political and swiftly fired. So in 1848, out of work and restless as a devil in a new dress, he headed south to New Orleans, arriving in the cosmopolitan city by paddleboat. Whitman was immediately enthralled by the diverse population. Peach trees, magnolia bushes, and myrtle grew along the urban streets of the French Quarter. Bougainvillea bloomed in the courtyards of the coffee houses and crowded beer halls where he frequented, and Walt Whitman would never be the same. It was in New Orleans that he nourished what he would later call his urban affection, a deep enjoyment of the city. The merchants and the stevedores on the docks charmed him with their work ethic and camaraderie, but he was also appalled by the brutal slave auctions he witnessed at the French Quarter's St. Louis Hotel. From then on, he was a confirmed abolitionist. Once again, he found work as an editor, overseeing the reporters who wrote for the city's local newspaper, The Crescent. His time in New Orleans was short, staying only 3 months before family obligations called him back to New York City. But during his stay, he penned 2 important poems. Once I passed through a populous city, and I saw in Louisiana a live oak growing.